Homeboys and homeboys, welcome to the Gossip Girls podcast. This is an episode from our live session. We'll talk about After 20 Years by O. Henry. Catch us every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. on Gossip Girls Facebook page for you to listen and join our conversation. Let us know what you think about this episode by giving us 5-star ratings and feedback on our socials. Now on the show, XOXO. 20 years. It is a short story by O. Henry. It is first published in 1910. The narrative is a poignant exploration of friendship, loyalty, and time. The story revolves around two childhood friends, Jimmy Valentine and Ralph Dispenser, who have kept in touch through letters over 2 decades. Can you imagine how strong their friendship looks like?
The moral lesson in After 20 Years can be interpreted in two ways. One interpretation is that a life of crime isolates individuals and forces them into a constant state of mistrust and unrest. This is exemplified by Life on the Run, which ultimately leads to his arrest by his old friend. Another possible moral lesson intended by O. Henry in After 20 Years is that once a man becomes a habitual criminal, he can never trust anybody, not even his own best friend. This is a penalty any man or woman has to pay for leading a life of crime. They have to keep on the run.
The reader response for the story 20 years later deals with themes of loyalty choices and the consequences of time and change. The two main characters, Jimmy Wells and Bob, made different choices in life even though they were once best friends. The story reflects the complexity of choices and the passage of time and how our paths can diverge based on our values and actions. Applying this to my own values, the story highlights the importance of integrity and how our choices can manifest in unexpected ways. Later in life, the characters' journeys highlights that life can take unexpected turns and that our actions, good or bad, can affect others and our own future.
A program story that explores the complex conflict between loyalty to a friend and duty to the law, leaving the reader to grapple with the idea that time circumstances can drastically alter a person's identity, even turning close friend into stranger, as seen in this tragic reunion between Jimmy Wells and Silly Bob, where Jimmy, now a police officer, is forced to arrest his old friend due to Bob's criminal past.
The story purposely depicts how time alters not only appearance but also the very essence of people and their relationship. Bob's idealized vision of his friendship with Jimmy is shattered by the story's ending. His unwavering faith in their bond proves to be an easy and ultimately painful illusion.
Police walk in the street looking strong and important. He always moving like this. He knows carry about is the Operation Field. People were on the road to see him. He missed only 2 o'clock at night, but it's already cold and there was with little rain.
After 20 years, profoundly resonates with my values regarding loyalty, friendship, and the complexities of identity and justice. Bob's unwavering belief in Jimmy's loyalty, despite the years of separation and the uncertainty of their reunion, underscores the importance of steadfastness in a relationship.
Many readers were touched by the story of chance and love between Jimmy Wells and Bob. The way they reunited after 22 years is heartwarming. The story shows how the character change and grow over time. Jimmy Wells' transformation from a young man to a matured adult is remarkable. The story explores the themes of morality and forgiveness. Jimmy Wells decide to forgive Bob and give him a second chance is admirable. The story offers a message of hope and renewal. Jimmy Wells and Bob's reunion gives them a new lease on life.
Here is the connection to today from the story 20 years later. Two friends, Bob and Jimmy, reunite after 20 long years. Bob is unaware that Jimmy is now a police officer. When Bob is arrested for involvement in a crime, Jimmy's loyalty to his friendship and moral obligations clash. Ultimately, Jimmy chooses to uphold the law, demonstrating that honesty and duty take precedence over personal loyalty. This story shows how time and circumstances change people and how important it is to stay true to your values, even though times are difficult.
O. Henry's Tale is not just a story about two friends reuniting. It is a profound exploration of the complexities of human relationships, the passage of time, and the moral dilemmas we face. As we close the book on After 20 Years, we are left with lingering questions about our own lives. How do we find loyalty? What choices are we making today that will shape our tomorrows? And ultimately, when we look back after years have passed, will we find ourselves standing side by side with our friends? Or will we be on opposite side of an unbridgeable divide? The answers to these questions may not be easy, but they're certainly worth contemplating.
So let's wrap it up, girlies. We hope you had fun listening and joining our conversation tonight. May this podcast brings entertainment to you, and don't forget to click the like button, send us feedbacks, and follow our social media accounts. That's all. Thank you very, very much. I hope you like it so much. And that's it. Good night, girlies. XOXO. Gossip Girls.
Silk Sonic. Whatever goes around eventually comes back to you.